Good evening. You're now with me, Shalshamato for TVS Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. KPWKM to provide counselling services for the late JOANA'S family. And meanwhile, late husband fondly remembers the late JOANA as an endearing wife. SEDC Energy or SETC today signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Mobilis Sdn Bhd and EPR Mobilis Global Rail JV Sdn Bhd. To begin with this news, the Welfare Department or JKM will be providing counselling services to the grieving family of the late senior seaman Joanna Felicia Rohna, who passed during the helicopter incident at the Royal Malaysian Navy TLDM base in Lumut, Perak last Tuesday. Minister of Women, Family and Community Development, Dr. Sri Nancy Shukri said counsellors from Syrian branch have been assigned to assist the family to pull through the traumatic event.
Dari masa ke semasa, kaunselor kita daripada Jabatan Kebajikan yang berada di Serian ini akan sentiasa menghubungi mereka. Pada masa ini mereka ramai orang sekelilingnya, mungkin kuranglah sedikit terasa dahulu. Tetapi selepas itu, selepas 7 hari mungkin akan mula merasa lebih kemurungan itu mungkin ada.
She told this to the press after visiting the family of the late Joanna Felicia at her husband's residence in Kampung Engkeroh, Tebekang here earlier today. During the visit, Nancy provided the family with financial assistance to ease the burden on the victim's family through the National Welfare Foundation. In addition, assistance from the Compassionate Aid Scheme will also be provided to the victims' families, amounting to 3,000 ringgit per year. About 21 children succeeded the 10 victims. Some of them currently are studying at higher learning institutions.
Yang Berhormat Menteri Pendidikan juga telah kami 2 orang berbincang kaunseling untuk anak-anak sekolah akan ditangani oleh pihak Kementerian Pendidikan dan yang untuk keluarganya diserahkan kepada kami lah. Begitu kami membahagi tugasan kami dari segi kementerian.
The late Joanna was laid to rest at the Kampung Engkeroh Christian Cemetery on Thursday. She was buried at 11:20 a.m. with military honours, and the ceremony was attended by hundreds of people who came to pay their last respect to the deceased.
The husband of the late Joanna Bintara Muda, TMK Hasli Ali, describes her as endearing, loving, yet a firm character, especially to their children. Recalling precious memories with his late wife, he revealed that despite disagreements, they never resorted to confrontation, always finding ways to resolve issues amicably. Even towards the people who have met her, Joanna was known to be kind, soft-spoken and friendly.
Namun dengan ceritanya dia nangis lah.
Terbawa emosi.
Betul lah mas saya pun cerita ya ada pasal mati. Dan dia padahal mas saya tanya punya mana mau mati aja jaga anak-anak yang ada yang nolong family kan. Macam pun kawan-kawannya pun banyak tolong kawannya. Kawannya bagi support. Dia selalu bagi support. Dia selalu mengalahkan kawan. Macam ya.
Penyayang.
Yang penyayang. Dia selalu senyum pada. Mau bercerita tu nangis kok. Dari situ je lah kan. Yang bagus lah. Yang bagus dengan kawan-kawan. Dengan anaknya. Yang anaknya pun tegas. Yang sulung lah. Musik dengar pukul. Musik pukul aja lah. Cuba aja lah. Pukul manja macam lah. Kami orang yang selalu relax. Biasalah. Dia tegas dengan anak-anaknya aja. Tegas dan penyayang.
Before the incident, Hasli revealed that his wife left a message to take care of their children if she happened to pass on before him. The late Joanna left behind 2 daughters, Alicia Felice and Hovannes, aged 4 and 1 respectively.
SEDC and GeoSatC today signed a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) with Mobilis Sdn Bhd Mobilis and EPR Mobilis Global Rail JV Sdn Bhd for the supply of hydrogen fuel cell for the Autonomous Rapid Transit (ART). Chief Executive Officer of SEDC, Robert Hardin, said the collaboration is part of the Kuching Urban Transportation System (KUTS) project, aims to minimize urban traffic congestion while spurring productivity and economic growth.
He also reiterated that it is also part of SEDC's positioning in the energy transition for a sustainable future, aligning closely with the post-COVID-19 Development Strategy PCTS 2030 and National Energy Transition Roadmap and ETR. Meanwhile, Mobilis chairperson Monica Lai said the collaboration will not only benefit the testing and commissioning efforts at KUTS but also pave the way for future advancement in hydrogen technology within the region. Under KUTS, Mobilis Sdn Bhd is tasked with the design, engineering and a comprehensive testing and commissioning process of the ART system, while SEDC's role is to provide the hydrogen supply for KUTS to power the ART vehicles. The signing was between Robert and Mobilis CEO Chan Chi Kian in the presence of Sarawak Economic Development Corporation General Manager Datuk Abdul Hadi Datuk Haji Abdul Kadir and Mobilis chairperson Monica Lai. On February 26, 2024, SEDC entered a Memorandum of Understanding with Sarawak Metro, the implementer of KUTS. Under the MOU, SEDC is responsible for developing, constructing, commissioning, operating and maintaining the Rembus H2 plant and refueling facility, along with its related products and materials for the Autonomous Rapid Transit ART system.
A total of 9 million ringgit has been allocated for the construction of 7 additional one-stop early intervention centres, OSAC, across Sarawak. Minister of Women, Childhood and Community Wellbeing Development, Dr. Sri Fatimah Abdullah, said these additional centres are crucial due to a noticeable annual increase of children diagnosed with special needs.
Secara prinsipnya kerajaan negeri telah bersetuju untuk kita membuka banyak lagi OSIC centres ini. So our way forward, Bintulu 2025, Betong 2026, Lawas 2027, Kapit 2028, Serian 2029, Samarahan 2030. Dan satu lagi yang akan beroperasi selepas OSIC Kuching dan Dalat pada tahun ini, OSIC Miri insya-Allah akan mudah-mudahan semua mujur-jurus, ianya akan dapat beroperasi by October 2024. So that will bring the number to 3 centres.
Fatimah spoke to reporters after the first OSAIC Sarawak Advisory Committee meeting at the OSAIC Sarawak Meeting Room today, April 26. The new centres will be established in Bintulu by 2025, Betong in 2026, Lawas 2027, Kapit 2028, Serian 2029 and Samarahan 2030, with an additional centre in Miri expected to start in October of this year.
Borneo Highlands, located in Padawan, where unique hilly landscapes meet an eco-friendly site, a place for a getaway from the hustle and bustle of the city, is set for a vibrant master plan, setting the tone as Sarawak's hidden gem. Batu Kitang Assemblyman Datuk Loh Kyo Chiang, who is also Borneo Highlands Resident Club BHRC chairman, revealed, with the resort now taken over by the state government, plans are underway for Borneo's new lush symphony. According to him, the Land Custody Development Authority (LCDA) has been entrusted to rejuvenate the Highlands vicinity as Sarawak's new ecotourism attraction for local and international visitors.
I know that there is a master plan, and I know that there is a wellness center. There are new hotels coming up. It is a resort. The flower garden, and when this place is nice and beautiful, one of the things I noticed are newlyweds they like to come here and take pictures.
Correct.
Because the environment is beautiful. The ferns are huge. The trees are big. And you can't find this kind of ferns in Kuching, you know. And they love to come up here and take pictures. And why not, you know? The mist is beautiful. When it gets misty, it's really beautiful. It's dreamy and romantic when the mist is here. Yeah.
Low also called on for more investors to transform the place to realize its full potential, as the state government is fully supportive to facilitate new and upcoming ideas, namely glamping, one of an initiative by Borneo Glamping done recently. Commenting that with the right investments in place, a tourism masterpiece can be discovered.
Probably we are slowly and invest in the right place where people want it, so that people will come and then make this place vibrant again. And it's a win-win situation for the investors together with the government. Yeah, the government will provide will facilitate the business people so that when they make money.
In September 1994, the Sarawak government alienated a parcel of land with an area of 2,071 hectares for the development of a holiday resort in Borneo Heights, Padawan. Since the development of the holiday resort was not completed by 2020 and in a dilapidated state, the state government served notice on Borneo Heights Sdn Bhd BHSB to remedy the breach of the title condition and complete the development of the resort. In a statement made by Sarawak Minister for Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts MTCP, Datuk Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Borneo Highlands was wholly owned by the Sarawak government in March 2023 after a legal battle with the previous developer ended. Coming up right after the break, EPF flexible accounts well received by public. And in world news, 10 dead as floods wreak havoc in Kenyan capital. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Di TVS. Welcome back. The public has overwhelmingly embraced the announcement of Employee Provident Fund EPF's restructuring initiative by introducing the flexible accounts for short-term financial needs effective May 11th. Entrepreneur Ricky Brooke believes that this is a commendable action by EPF to help elevate the burden on the people.
Akaun fleksibel sepatutnya sudah diperkenalkan lama dululah. Saya rasa itu memang sangat bagus untuk pekerja-pekerja untuk memudahkan mereka mengeluarkan wang simpanan di dalam akaun yang diperkenalkan kelak dalam akaun 3.
Echoing Ricky's sentiments, Butcher Teresa Diana and Laboratory Assistant Grace Cindy Terry describes this initiative as a lifeline that can be utilized during difficult situations or emergencies.
Sebagai salah seorang ahli pencarum kumpulan wang simpanan pekerja, saya amat bersyukur kerana kerajaan telah memperkenalkan akaun fleksibel ini. Bagi saya, akaun fleksibel ini sangat memberikan manfaat kepada pencarum kerana ia dapat membantu ketika pencarum memerlukan pembelajaran sekolah anak, perubatan, kematian dan sebagainya. Dan saya harap program ini akan dikekalkan selama-lamanya. Pada pendapat saya, akaun KWSP fleksibel ini mungkin boleh membantu terutama sekali di masa kecemasan. Tetapi kalau tidak digunakan sebaik mungkin, kalau tidak digunakan untuk tujuan yang betul, akan menimbulkan masalah, terutama sekali di kemudian hari kelak, masa pencen terutama sekali.
Previously, EPF announced on April 25th that the much-anticipated restructuring of contributors' accounts, which enables some portion of their retirement fund to be withdrawn anytime. The move is meant to be a major recalibration to change the decades-long system put in place to help private sector workers build old-age savings.
Transparency and better financial management are key elements that are crucial in order to bring back Malaysia Airlines MAS to its former glory as the country's proud national airline. To realise this, Prime Minister Dr. Sri Anwar Ibrahim said collaboration between three stakeholders, namely the Ministry of Transport, Malaysia Aviation Group, MAG Berhad and Khazanah Nasional Berhad, is essential. Without better governance and leadership, MAS, he said, is doomed to stay stagnant at its current level, no longer known for its first-class hospitality.
Kalau dulu, saudara, saya pergi ke mana di dunia, orang bicara MAS, orang bicara tentang hospitality. First class, the most polite. Jadi saya harap latihan itu diberikan penekanan selain daripada latihan technical simulation dan sebagainya yang tentunya sudah punya kepakaran. Dan sekarang ini kerana teknologi digital, soal inovasi moden, itu menuntut kita senantiasa mengikuti perkembangan. Jadi saya harap pihak MAG dan akademi terus memantau ini. Ya. Kita tidak harus terikat dengan kerangka lama. Ya. Jadi harus ada tenaga-tenaga baru yang punya kemahiran lebih dari sudut transformasi digital dan inovasi yang boleh melonjakkan keupayaan MAS.
Anwar spoke during the launching ceremony of the campus and groundbreaking ceremony of MAB's Academy Flight Simulation Center on Friday. At the same time, Anwar hopes that the campus will be able to cater both technical and hospitality aspects of the airline that became an identity for MAS for the longest time.
Malaysia's import and export industry have seen positive growth in March 2024. According to data provided by the Department of Statistics Malaysia (DOSM), export prices grew 1.7% to 149.8 points in March, from 147.3 points in February. While import prices saw a marginal uptrend of 0.1% from 129.9 points to 130.0 points.
Chief Statistician Datuk Sri Dr. Muhammad Uzair Mahidin said the increase in export unit value index was led by the increase in the index of mineral fuels 4.7%, animal and vegetable oils and fats 3.5%, and machinery and transport equipment 0.6% in the month. This would reflect into the export volume index, which rose by 13.6%, in line with the increase in the index of inedible crude materials, 31.3%, machinery and transport equipment, 24.6%, and miscellaneous manufactured articles, 19%. Annual comparison showed that the unit value index has also increased by 5.1% but decreased by 5.6% in the volume index. For import unit value, he said the index has risen by 0.1% due to the increases in the index of mineral fuels, 1.6%, animal and vegetable oils and fats, 0.7%, and manufactured goods, 0.1%. Import volume index has also increased by 15.6% in March 2024 as compared to February 2024, attributed from the increment in the index of food, 23.9%, machinery and transport equipment, 20.5%, and mineral fuels, 17.3%. In another development, Uzair stated that Malaysia's total trade for March 2024 amounted to 244.5 billion ringgit, with exports and imports recorded at 128.6 billion ringgit and 115.8 billion ringgit, respectively. He said exports of 128.6 billion ringgit was a decrease of 1 billion ringgit as compared to the same month of the previous year, amid lower exports in most states such as Selangor, negative 2.1 billion ringgit, Labuan, negative 1.6 billion ringgit, Melaka, negative 686.2 million ringgit, Sabah, negative 443.8 million ringgit, Sarawak, negative 260.9 million ringgit, Pulau Pinang, negative 129.8 million ringgit, Negeri Sembilan, negative 118.5 million ringgit, Johor, negative 44.6 million ringgit, and Perlis, negative 27 million ringgit. However, exports increased in Perak by 1.5 billion ringgit, Kuala Lumpur 1.3 billion ringgit, Terengganu 929.9 million ringgit, Pahang 522 million ringgit, Kedah 151.7 million ringgit, and Kelantan 36.2 million ringgit. Data shows that Pulau Pinang remained the top exporter with a 32% share, followed by Johor 20%, Selangor 16.9%, Sarawak 8.1%, and Kuala Lumpur 4.5%. Meanwhile, the increase in imports was attributed to the higher imports in most states such as Johor 8.2 billion ringgit, Melaka 1.6 billion ringgit, Negeri Sembilan 1.2 billion ringgit, Kuala Lumpur 1 billion ringgit, Selangor 996.7 million ringgit, Kedah 419.7 million ringgit, Pahang 152.6 million ringgit, Terengganu 92.1 million ringgit, Kelantan 71 million ringgit, Sabah 55.5 million ringgit, and Labuan 30.3 million ringgit. Johor dominates Malaysia's import with a share of 27.9%, followed by Selangor 23.6%, Pulau Pinang 19.2%, Kuala Lumpur 7.5%, and Kedah 5.0%.
The Japanese central bank maintained its policy rate after wrapping up its two-day policy meeting, which sent the Japanese yen to its fresh 34-year low past the 156 line. The Bank of Japan, BOJ, decided to guide short-term interest rates in a range of 0 and 0.1% a month after it ended the negative interest rate policy, its first rate hike in 17 years. The announcement weakened the country's currency against the US dollar to the lowest level since May 1990, raising the risk of forex intervention by Japanese authorities. The BOJ, which also maintained its policy regarding government bond buying, said the country's core inflation, which excludes volatile fresh food, will be around 2% until fiscal 2026, and that accommodative financial conditions will continue for the time being, despite inflation nearing its target. According to a new report released by the BOJ, upgrading its inflation outlook for fiscal 2024 and 2025, core consumer prices, excluding fresh food, are forecast to rise 2.8% rather than 2.4% the next year to next March, and then 1.9% instead of 1.8% the following year. The key gauge of inflation is forecast to increase by 1.9% in fiscal 2026, the final year of the latest forecast period. Thank you for staying with me. Storms and flash floods turned roads into gushing rivers and swamped homes with waist-high muddy water across the Kenyan capital Nairobi on Wednesday, killing at least 10 people. The East Africa region has been lashed by relentless downpours in recent weeks as the El Nino weather pattern exacerbates the seasonal rainfall. Across Nairobi, vehicles were stuck in the deluge. People waded through flood waters in slum areas to reach safety. According to the Nairobi County's Governor's Office, an estimated 60,000 people, mostly women and children, have been severely affected by the floods. On to the next update. A village settlement submerged by the construction of a dam in the northern Philippines in the 1970s has reappeared as water levels drop due to a drought affecting major part of the country. The ruins in the middle of the Pantabangan Dam in Nueva Ecija province began to resurface in March after several months of almost no rain.
It is the sixth time the nearly 300-year-old settlement has resurfaced since the reservoir was created to provide irrigation water for local farmers and generate hydropower. The water level at the reservoir has fallen nearly 50 meters from its normal high level of 221 meters. The months of March, April and May are typically the hottest and driest in the country, but conditions this year have been exacerbated by the El Nino weather phenomenon.
Dahil ngayon po kasi patindi po kasi naranasan natin na drought kakulangan sa ulan. So dahil doon, ayan, actual natin na nakita na talagang lumitaw na yung old town ng Pantabangan.
Tourists wanting a close-up of the ruins pay around 300 to fishermen for a short boat ride out to the temporary island in the middle of the reservoir.
Sa part ng turismo, pabor yun. Pero kung titingnan natin yung for irrigation, marami kasi makikinabang eh. Medyo nasa normal talaga level ng natin ng tubig. Lalo yung mga magsasaka natin.
The receding water level forced two hydropower plants near the dam to stop operating earlier this month ahead of the normal shutdown on May 1st. It also deprived many rice farmers of much-needed irrigation water, forcing some to switch to growing vegetables, which require less water.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. For more headlines anytime, anywhere, just head on to our official website at tvsarawak.my or follow us on our social media platforms at TV Sarawak. Those were the updates on TVS Nightline. I'm Shol Shimato. Thank you for watching and have a good night. Have a good weekend.